Buckle up, folks, because today we're going way back in time to ancient Persia.
Oh yeah, get ready for a wild
We're
ride.
diving deep into the Shahnameh.
A legendary epic poem.
Imagine like a Persian tapestry woven with stories of kings and heroes and battles and magic.
It's like Homer's Odyssey,
Okay, I'm listening.
but with a twist of Game of Thrones.
Oh, now you're speaking my language.
And a sprinkle of Arabian Nights magic for good measure.
Now you've got me hooked.
Yeah.
So it's more than just, a collection of stories, right?
It's a reflection of Persian history and culture,
Values and beliefs.
all wrapped up in these incredible tales.
So it's like, what, a window into the heart of a civilization.
Exactly. And what's amazing is how relevant these stories still are today.
Oh, I love that about epics, They might
And
be from ancient times, but they still have so much to teach us.
they tap into these universal themes,
Like love and loss,
betrayal and loyalty.
the classic battle between good and evil.
It's all there in the Shahnameh.
Okay, so where do we even begin with something so massive?
Well, like every good story, it starts at the beginning.
The creation myth.
Yeah, and the Shahnameh has one unlike any you've ever heard.
Oh, I love a good creation myth. Lay it on me.
Picture this. Khymers.
Who's Chimer?
He's the first Shah, the first king of Persia.
Okay, sounds important.
And he's rocking this tiger skin outfit like a prehistoric fashion icon.
Okay, tiger skin outfit, that's a look. But it's not just about fashion, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be some symbolism there.
You got it. The tiger is a powerful symbol in Persian culture.
Strength, royalty.
Even divine power.
So Chimer's wearing that tiger skin is like a statement.
A declaration of his authority.
I'm the king, hear me roar.
Exactly.
I love how these ancient stories pack so much meaning into every little detail.
Every symbol, every image tells a story.
So we've got our first king, setting up civilization.
Establishing laws and arts.
Things are looking good, right?
Well, things can't stay peaceful forever.
Oh boy, here comes the trouble.
Enter Zohak.
Who's Zohak?
He's the Serpent King.
Wait, Serpent King, like literally a snake.
He's a tyrant so evil he's got snakes growing out of his shoulders.
Hold on, snakes growing out of his shoulders.
Yeah.
That's the stuff of nightmares.
It's a symbol of his corruption, his wickedness.
So how does this guy even become king?
He makes a deal with the devil, or in this case, Ahriman, the embodiment of evil in Persian mythology.
Oh, classic tale of temptation and corruption.
And it sets the stage for this epic struggle between good and evil that runs through the whole Shahnameh.
Oh, I can see it now. Epic battles, maybe some magic thrown in.
You got it.
So who steps up to fight this snake-headed tyrant?
Well, Persia has its fair share of heroes.
But there's always one that stands out.
Right, and in this case, it's Rostam.
Rostam, the legendary hero.
Think Hercules.
Okay, I'm picturing muscles and bravery.
Rostam is the epitome of Persian strength and chivalry.
And he's the one who takes on Zohak.
He rallies the people against the tyrannical Serpent King.
Okay, this is where I get chills. Hero versus monster, the classic underdog story.
It's an epic showdown.
But how does Rostam stand a chance against a guy with snakes for shoulders?
Well, Rostam's got more than just muscles.
He's got strategy.
Skill in warfare.
Oh, and I bet he's got some secret weapon up his sleeve.
You bet he does. He's got Raksh.
Grash. Who's Rak?
Only the most legendary magical horse in Persian mythology.
Wait, a magical horse. I'm in. Tell me more.
Raksh is as intelligent as he is strong,
Fiercely loyal.
and he can sense danger before it strikes.
Like a superhero horse.
They're the ultimate dynamic duo.
I love it. So, how do they take down Zohak? It must have been an epic battle.
A battle for the ages. The ground shook,
Lightning cracks.
and Rostam riding atop Raksh.
Battled with the fury of a lion.
He eventually defeats Zohak, freeing Persia from his tyrannical rule.
Yes. Score one for the good guys. So what happens to Rostam after this? Does he just retire and live a life of peace and glory?
Well, let's just say Rostam's life is never dull.
I bet. He's the ultimate hero. There's always another adventure waiting around the corner.
And one of his most famous adventures involves a tragic encounter with his own son.
Oh no, I've heard whispers of this story.
The tale of Rostam and Sohrab.
They say it's one of the most heartbreaking stories in the Shahnameh.
It's a story about fate, mistaken identity, and the tragic consequences of secrets.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. Tell me more.
Well, Rostam has a son, Sohrab, but he doesn't know it.
Okay, already a recipe for disaster.
And they end up meeting on the battlefield.
Both unaware of their true connection.
And it leads to a tragic confrontation.
Oh no, I can see where this is going. This is going to be a tough one.
That's a classic Shakespearean tragedy.
But set in ancient Persia.
With all the epic grandeur of the Shahnameh.
I'm both excited and terrified to hear how this one unfolds.
Buckle up, because next time we dive into the heart of this tragic tale.
And explore the complex themes of fate and duty that make the Shahnameh so compelling.
It's going to be a wild ride.
I can't wait.
Last time we left off with Rostam, the legendary hero, facing one of his greatest challenges yet.
Yeah, rescuing an entire army from the clutches of the Deves, those magical beings.
It's no walk in the park, that's for sure.
And all because Kai Kawus, the Shah of Persia, let his pride get the best of him.
Ah, Kai Kawus, the king who never seems to learn from his mistakes.
So remind me, how did he end up in this mess again?
Well, fueled by ambition,
And maybe a little too much confidence.
Kai Kawus decides to invade Mazandaran, the land of the Deves.
Not the wisest move, especially when you're dealing with beings who can control the elements and conjure illusions.
He completely ignores the warnings of his advisors.
Classic Kai Kawus move.
Thinking he's invincible, he marches his army right into the heart of danger.
And of course, things don't go according to plan.
Not at all. Initially, he has some early victories.
Fueling his ego even more.
He sends his champion, Gu, to destroy a city.
Okay, but destroying a city, that seems a bit extreme.
Kai Kawus orders him to spare no one, not even women or children.
Whoa, hold on. That's taking things way too far.
Sadly, this isn't out of character for Kai Kawus.
He has a tendency to let his pride cloud his judgment.
And it always leads to trouble.
So how did the Deves react to this brutal attack?
The White Deve, the most powerful of the Deves.
The big boss, so to speak.
He's enraged by the senseless slaughter.
Understandably so.
And he unleashes a magical attack on the Persian army, plunging them into darkness.
Wait, he blinds them? That's terrifying.
It's a display of the Deves' awesome power.
And a pretty clear sign that Kai Kawus messed up big time.
Now, trapped and blinded, Kai Kawus is forced to swallow his pride and plead for help.
But who does he turn to?
The only one who can save him.
Rostam.
Rostam to the rescue.
Again. But rescuing an entire army from a land of magical beings.
It's even tougher than fighting a snake-headed tyrant.
It's a mission fraught with peril.
So how does Rostam even begin to approach this impossible task?
Remember Alad?
Alad, the captive Deve who helped Rostam during his battle with Zohak.
That's the one. He becomes Rostam's reluctant guide again.
Leading him through the treacherous paths to Mazandaran.
They have to choose between two paths.
Classic hero's dilemma, the easy way or the dangerous way.
One is long and winding, the other shorter, but fraught with danger.
Knowing Rostam, he probably chooses the dangerous one.
You know him too well. Rostam, always eager for a challenge, takes the shorter path.
Brave, but maybe a little reckless.
Well, fortune favors the bold, right?
So what kind of dangers await them on this perilous path?
Before they even set foot in Mazandaran, Rostam's father, Zal,
Wise old Zal.
warns him about the Seven Mountains.
The Seven Mountains, what's so special about them?
They're teeming with monstrous creatures.
Oh no, what kind of creatures are we talking about?
Lions and dragons.
Okay, that's pretty standard for a hero's journey.
But then there's a ghoul with a taste for human blood.
A ghoul. That's taking things to a whole new level of creepy.
The Shahnameh doesn't shy away from the gruesome details.
So how does Rostam survive all of this?
With his trusty steed, Rosh, by his side.
Of course, Rosh, always there to save the day.
They battle their way through each obstacle.
Outsmarting traps and facing down terrifying creatures.
One particularly chilling encounter involves a witch.
A witch. Seriously, is there anything these mountains don't have?
She tries to seduce Rostam with her beauty and magic.
Classic witch move.
But Rostam, focused on his mission, resists her temptations.
Talk about willpower.
He sees through her deceit and overpowers her with his strength and cunning.
So, the witch doesn't stand a chance against our hero.
Not a chance. Rostam is unstoppable.
She's like a one-man army, plowing through all these obstacles.
And finally, after weeks of perilous travel,
He reaches Mazandaran. What awaits him there?
it's not the open battlefield he was expecting.
Oh, so no epic clash of armies.
Not this time. He finds himself in a city where Kai Kawus and his army are held prisoner by the Deves.
So it's more of a stealth mission than an all-out war.
Exactly. Rostam needs to infiltrate the city and free the prisoners.
This is getting interesting. But first, He needs to find the white div.
the one responsible for blinding the army.
But how do you find a magical being who can control illusions and blend into the shadows?
It's not going to be easy.
I bet. So what's Rostam's plan?
Well, I'll add, proving his worth once again.
That div is full of surprises.
He guides Rostam through the maze-like city towards the white div's lair.
The white div's lair. That sounds ominous.
The Shahnameh describes it as a dark and treacherous cave.
Filled with the stench of death and the screams of tormented souls.
It's a place where even the bravest warriors would tremble.
How does Rostam even stand a chance in a place like that?
He has a plan, and it involves something quite unexpected.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat. Tell me more.
It involves the white div's own blood.
His blood. What's so special about it?
Legend has it that the blood of a white div possesses magical properties.
Magical properties, like what?
Properties capable of restoring sight.
So not only does Rostam have to defeat this monstrous div, he needs to collect its blood to heal the army. Talk about a high-stakes mission.
This is Rostam at his best, facing impossible odds with courage and cunning.
So how does he manage to pull it off?
The white div, arrogant and confident in its power, tries to overwhelm Rostam with brute force.
But Rostam's too smart for that, right?
Exactly. He uses his agility and the element of surprise.
Dodging the div's attacks, waiting for the perfect moment to strike.
Imagine the scene, the cave echoing with the clash of metal, the roar of the white div, sparks flying from Rostam's mace.
Like an epic showdown.
And finally, with a mighty blow,
Rostam slays the white div.
he collects the precious blood, fulfilling the first part of his mission.
But he's not out of danger yet, is he?
Not even close. The lair is now swarming with angry divs.
Ready to avenge their fallen leader.
Rostam is surrounded, trapped deep within the enemy's stronghold.
Talk about a cliffhanger. What happens next? Last time, we left Rostam in a pretty tight spot.
Oh yeah, surrounded by angry divs deep in their lair.
With the white div's blood, the key to saving the army, in hand.
It's a classic escape scenario.
The tension, the danger, the impossible odds.
Pure Shahnameh drama.
So how does our hero get out of this mess?
Well, just when things look bleak.
The cavalry arrives.
You could say that. Rosh, sensing his master's peril,
That magical horse is always one step ahead,
charges into the cave.
scattering the divs like bowling pins.
It's a scene straight out of an action movie.
Rosh, the ultimate wingman, always there to save the day.
Rostam leaps onto Raksh's back and they make their escape.
Dodging traps, outrunning pursuers.
It's a heart-pounding chase through the treacherous Seven Mountains.
The divs hot on their heels.
But Rosh, with his incredible speed and agility, outmaneuvers them all.
They're like a blur, racing through the darkness,
And finally they emerge victorious back to the blinded Persian army.
carrying with them the hope of restoring their sight.
It's a moment of pure relief.
The white div's blood, it works.
It's like a miracle.
The darkness lifts, and the soldiers can see again.
They look upon Rostam, their savior, with awe and gratitude.
Even Kai Kawus, humbled by the experience,
Recognizes his own foolishness.
and praises Rostam's bravery.
It's a powerful scene, showing the transformative power of adversity.
But the story doesn't end there, does it?
Oh no, the Shahnameh is full of twists and turns.
What happens next?
Well, remember the king of Mazandaran?
The one who started this whole mess.
He's not going down without a fight.
So we're in for another epic battle.
This time, Kaikawus takes a different approach.
Hopefully he's learned from his past mistakes.
He sends Rostam to deliver a message.
A message? What kind of message?
A demand for surrender.
Using Rostam's reputation to intimidate the enemy.
It's a smart move, playing the psychological game.
So does it work?
The king of Mazandaran, faced with the prospect of battling Rostam,
Chooses peace,
he agrees to pay tribute to Kai Kawus.
recognizing Persian dominance.
Sometimes the greatest victories are won without bloodshed.
Diplomacy for the win.
But the Shahnameh never lets us rest for too long.
Oh no, what's the next challenge?
Well, the focus shifts to Siawash, Kai Kawus' son.
Okay, I have a bad feeling about this.
Siawash becomes the target of Sudave.
Sudave, Kai Kawus' wife. The one who caused all that trouble with the divs.
The very same. She's jealous of Siawash, and she weaves a web of lies, poisoning Kai Kawus' mind against his own son.
Oh no, not again. Is Kai Kawus really gonna fall for her tricks again?
Sadly, yes. Blinded by Sudave's manipulations,
And his own insecurities.
Kai Kawus condemns Siawash to death.
What? That's terrible. Doesn't anyone try to stop him?
Rostam pleads with Kai Kawus.
But it's no use.
Kai Kawus is too far gone.
Poor Siawash. What happens to him?
Siawash, facing his unjust fate,
Shows incredible strength,
he refuses to fight back against his father.
accepting his destiny with dignity and honor.
It's a truly tragic moment, highlighting the destructive power of jealousy and courtly intrigue.
But this isn't the end of the story, is it?
There's always hope in the Shahnameh.
Tell me there's a twist.
There is. Siawash has a son, Kai Khosrow.
Kai Khosrow, the future of Persia,
He is raised in secret, learning of his father's tragic fate,
and vowing to avenge him.
setting the stage for a new generation of heroes.
A new chapter in the epic saga.
Kai Khosrow's story is one of the most compelling in the Shahnameh.
He returns to Persia
Rallies his supporters.
and reclaims the throne from Afrasiyab, the one who ordered Siawash's death.
It's a tale of justice, perseverance, and the fulfillment of destiny.
Kai Khosrow, the rightful heir, finally takes his place.
He becomes a legendary Shah, known for his wisdom and justice.
But he doesn't just rule with an iron fist, does he?
No, Kai Khosrow understands that true power lies in knowing when to let go.
That's a profound lesson.
He eventually relinquishes the throne,
Choosing a more spiritual path,
embarking on a journey of self-discovery.
seeking a higher purpose beyond the material world.
It's a fitting end for a hero who has seen the heights of power and the depths of human suffering.
The Shahnameh, it's more than just an epic poem.
It's a reflection on the human condition,
The struggles we face,
the choices we make.
the enduring power of hope and redemption,
It's a story that resonates across centuries,
reminding us of our shared humanity.
and the timeless themes that connect us all.
If you haven't already, I highly recommend checking out the Shahnameh.
It's a journey you won't soon forget.
Full of adventure, wisdom, and profound insights into the human heart.
So until next time.
Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those epic stories alive.